Good morning. Mackenzie Johnston with Tri-State Livestock News, bringing you your Friday morning headlines concerning fair cattle markets. Sponsored by Sandhills Beef Company of Mullen, Nebraska. Eat like a rancher. America first means buying directly from the producer. Be the change. To learn about everything Sandhills Beef Company has to offer, be sure to head on over to their website, sandhillsbeefco.com. According to Shaylee Stewart with DTN Progressive Farmer, last week boxed beef prices climbed to the second highest price they have ever been at for that time frame. For that same week, cash cattle prices found themselves at the lowest point recorded during the last 10 years. The spread between boxed beef prices and live cattle prices is alarming, to say the least. It was 10 years ago, back in 2011, when we experienced a similar spread between live cattle prices and choice cuts. In the last 10 years, live cattle prices have traded anywhere between $119.76 and $136.46 during the fourth week of February, according to Stewart. Even when you take the strong boxed beef prices out of the equation, last week's market still traded anywhere from $5.67 to $22.37 lower than the market's usual live cattle trend for the last week of February. When you keep last week's strong boxed beef prices in the equation, a person would think there would be plenty of incentive for a stronger cash cattle market. However, this is far from the case. It is difficult to look back on the recent decade to gain insight into what may lie ahead in the coming weeks and months. The marketplace has endured an incredible amount of change, and it continues to change at a rapid pace, said Stewart. As it sits today, the cattle industry is facing drought conditions through much of our nation, a phase of the cattle cycle with herds liquidating, and beef demand both internationally and domestically that is incredibly robust. It is clear that the cattle market is alive and well, according to Stewart, but the issue is that the feeding sector and cow-calf producers aren't reaping any of the benefits from the market's strength. If you don't already do so, make sure to follow Shaylee Stewart with DTN Progressive Farmer. She does a great job recapping the markets and keeping everyone up to date on what may be coming down the pipe when it comes to the cattle markets. Fox 2 News has reported that Missouri Representative David Gregory plans to investigate why consumers are seeing increased costs for beef while Missouri cattle producers are struggling. According to Gregory, there is strong evidence that packers have been coordinating to suppress the price of fed cattle since as early as 2015. Last week, Gregory and 26 other Missouri House members sent a letter to the Speaker of the House requesting his support of the investigation into price fixing and anti-competitive practices. Gregory said that there has been numerous individuals in the industry that have come forward saying that they have heard certain conversations or observed certain situations that would allude to illegal activity by the packers. Additionally, Gregory and the other House members plan to look into the shutting down of certain packing plants and the importation of cattle. This isn't just a Missouri problem, stated Gregory. This is an agriculture cattlemen's problem that spreads across the nation. Missouri is the third largest cow-calf state in the nation with more than 2 million cows. Herald Mail Media has reported that according to preliminary estimates from the Texas A&M University's AgriLife Extension Service, Texas suffered significant losses in their agriculture industry because of the intense winter storm that hit the state last month. Extension economists estimate losses of $230 million in citrus, $228 million in livestock, and $150 million in vegetable crops. According to Jeff Hyde, Extension Director at Bryan College Station, freezing temperatures and ice killed or harmed crops and livestock. The winter storm also caused financial hardships and operational setbacks. Hyde believes that the residual costs from the severe storm could plague many producers for years to come. Finally, National Beef Wire reported yesterday that choice box beef ended the day at $233.88. That was up 85 cents. And select box beef ended the day at $221.68, and that was down $2.56. That is all I have for you guys this morning. I hope you have all had a wonderful week. Have yourself a great weekend, and I'll see you guys on Monday morning.